I know you're waiting for Miss Mamie, and I know she's here. So here she comes. Hi.
Oh, hi. How are ya?
Is that a Mary Poppins hat?
Well, it's a Mamie Roberts hat now.
Oh, but did you ride in on your bicycle?
Could have.
You could have?
I could have.
Oh, are you going
I
on
did
a,
have one.
because of what we're doing today, are you going on a hayride or a picnic?
Let's do both. Or maybe
Well,
not.
kind of a hayride.
Oh.
And when it's warm, the flies come around me. Well, let's go over some things here. We're going to be making a potato salad. And what we've done here, I am using the Yukon Gold potato opposed to the russet. I think it has more flavor and it's not so starchy. So I'm going to take these potatoes. I peeled them while they were warm. The jacket slips right off. And you want to start this potato salad while the potatoes are warm, and you want to chunk them, not too small. And then I'll show you, so just nice little chunks to put it in, because when you're, after you've chunked your potatoes, you want to put your dressing on while it's hot, because then it absorbs into your potatoes. So let's just finish these up, and this is going to be a nice potato salad to take, to your patio, or I don't know always if I would take them out, maybe to a picnic, unless I was, of course, putting them on ice, because we know what happens with potatoes and eggs together. If they get warm, they can cause salmonella.
Yeah, can I just say something?
Yes.
All the church dinners I went to, we had the food out, maybe in the car during church, and then we came out and put it on benches. I can't recall anybody ever getting sick. And I wonder why was that?
Well, I guess the Lord just was watching over you, because
think?
believe me, if you get salmonella poisoning, you'll know it.
You'll know it.
And maybe some of them did, they just didn't report it.
I bet that's it.
But anyway, so we've taken these potatoes, chunked them up, not too small, you can see that, because we want them to have structure. Now, what you could do too, if you wanted, and I'll just show you one. I've got one, you could do more than one, and I'm gonna leave the peel on this one. And the reason I am, it gives it a little bit of the peeling in there, gives it a little structure as well. So what we want to do then, after this is done, the potatoes are done. By the way, we did cook them in salted water. Don't ignore the salt when you're doing potatoes, because they need it. Then I've taken here, I'm making a dressing, and I want to put it on while it's hot. It's made with apple cider vinegar, mustard, gherkin pickles, and the juice on the gherkin pickles, and Miracle Whip. Now, I know everybody has their own thing about Miracle Whip or mayonnaise. The reason I use Miracle Whip opposed to mayonnaise, because Miracle Whip has cornstarch in it. And when you put it in, it won't it won't become runny. So I'm gonna take some of this, not all of it. You're just gonna have to guess on how much you want, how you like your potato salad. I don't want it to be that it's just nothing but dressing. So I'm just gonna put this in like that. You can see how pretty that is. Now I do have more, but we'll just put it in there for now. Now we're gonna put in our eggs. And I wanna tell you something about the eggs. Many times when we go to the store and we'll buy a dozen eggs, hopefully they're fresh. They're not. I'm gonna put a little bit of salt in that. They're fresh eggs. Well, when you boil fresh eggs and you wanna peel them, because they're so fresh, the peelings won't come off. So what I do is I put my eggs in the water. I put about a teaspoon of baking soda in that, and I bring the water to a boil for 14 minutes. I turn it off, let it sit about 10 minutes. That way the egg won't turn, they won't have a ring of brown around it. It'll be nice yellow yolks. After they've come out, I take the water and I drain it. Then while the eggs are hot in my pan, I shake it like this.
Love that.
That causes the eggs, they just come right off. See how that works, Mimi?
Incredible. And you did talk about the baking soda in there, right?
I have the baking soda. But you see, a perfect egg. And so I'm going to go ahead and add this, and then I'm going to leave the rest for the top. But try the baking soda, and then the remedy I gave you, the recipe. Then I'm going to add the rest of these. I've done it, but you see, they're nice and yellow. They're not brown. So we're going to put our eggs in there. But that is a great tip if you were going to make deviled eggs. Now at our church, we don't call them deviled eggs.
We don't?
We call them angel eggs.
Are you serious?
I'm serious.
Okay. Well,
So you want to mix
you've heard it here.
the eggs in there with that while it's warm. And again, it's absorbing the dressing. Then we're going to add some sweet gherkins. Now we use some of that gherkin juice for our dressing. Now I'm going to take the gherkins and put it in the salad. And probably a lot of you have said, well, I use pickle relish. Well, take the time to do the gherkins because they get a nice crunch in your potato salad. And you want that because the pickle relish is all broken down. It's full of sugar, and it doesn't have the same as the gherkins. You'll get a really nice crunch. Now we're going to add some chopped celery that I have chopped fine. You can see that. And again, you want crunch because you want a substance to your salad. So I'm going to add a couple of handfuls of that. And then I'm going to add, this is something that my grandma taught me. People want to put onion in your potato salad, but they don't always like the sharp taste of onions. So what I've done here, I have cut up scallions or green onions.
Kind of the tail of the onion, like?
No, I use the whole onion, the white part and the part of the green. And another thing about onions, these aren't strong, but they just give it a really nice flavor. So we're going to mix that in with that. But when I make chicken salad or if I make tuna salad, I always add the green onion opposed to the Spanish onion or sweet onion because I think they have so much, they're not so strong and they have such good flavor. So we're mixing this all together. Now the last thing that I'm going to add to this, and you've probably not done this, but try it, it's really good. Because you always want to make everything as much as you can fresh. We have celery in here, we have green onions, and of course the eggs are fresh. This is something that you may not have done, but try it if you like it. I'm going to take it, I chopped up some fresh dill, and I'm going to put that in there with the salad.
It smells good.
And it does, and it just gives it. And you know, you're thinking, well, the Miracle Whip, it's sweet, and it is. But when you put in with the dill and all, and plus you're using gherkins, which are sweet too. So this is needs a little bit more dressing. So I'm going to add the rest of my dressing to this. But you know, the mustard and the Miracle Whip and the apple cider vinegar and the gherkin juice, what a delicious dressing. It's tangy. It really is tangy. And you want that. You don't want a blobby looking potato salad. I worked at a camp one year in the summer at a church camp, and the lady said, well, you're in charge of making the potato salad. So I told her how I was going to make it. And she says, oh no, all we put in our potato salad is boiled potatoes, celery, and an onion and some mayonnaise. And I said, that's it? And she said, yep. I said, well then find somebody else to make the potato salad. So she did. So when she was gone on vacation, I made it. And I made it my way, and the people loved. Everybody ate the potato salad. So you can see we're gonna fold everything in. You know what, this potato salad, another thing about it, it's great to make the day before because it gets cold and it melts all the flavors. So that's our potato salad. Now what we're gonna do with it, we're gonna take some of these eggs that I shook and took, and you see I'm just gonna take off a paper towel, and I'm going to go around our salad and kind of clean it up a little bit, since this is the bowl we're going to serve it in. Now if you're not, you can do whatever you want, but we're going to serve it in Amy's pretty bowl. Then I'm going to take our eggs, and we're just going to put them around. Just, you don't have to, but you know what, when you take this or eat it, people will always say, oh, give me an egg, give me a... But I do like food to look nice.
I know you do.
So we're gonna put some eggs on this, and then may as well finish up our eggs, but they just are beautiful. And then what you could do with this then, put some paprika on it, or you could put on some seasoning salt, whatever. But maybe I'd like you to taste this and see what you think of our potato salad. Okay, Mimi, you're gonna come over and taste it, but before you do that, I wanna add just a little bit of ground pepper on top, just a little. And then I added some more green onions, and then we're gonna add just a little bit of parsley. And doesn't that look pretty? Isn't that pretty? So go ahead and taste it, Mimi. See what you think about it. Okay. If you think it needs a little more dill, but just dig right into the middle.
I'm not a really good taster because I'm just not.
Well, just see, you'll know what tastes good and what doesn't. What is it?
Believe it or not, could use more salt.
A little more salt?
Believe it or not.
Well, see, and I was careful on the salt.
Because of me.
Because of Mamie.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's something you could do too. And then I'm just gonna add a little bit more dill on the top to give it a different, people are gonna say, what is that wonderful taste?
And you do love green.
I like,
There's a word for that, but I can't.
I like to garnish with,
Garnish, that's
because part of catering, and that's what I am, and Mamie has been a caterer as well.
Helping me.
When you're taking food out, the first thing they see is the way the food looks. Just like you, the way you want to look beautiful all the time. Well, you want your food to look beautiful. Yeah, you're beautiful. But, so we always want to make it as pretty as possible. Nothing to this. But this would be great with your hamburgers, your fried chicken, whatever. But like I say, make it the day before, and it'll have a chance. And then if it gets a little dry, it's okay, because you got all. You don't want to make it sloppy where it's just laying on a plate. That looks terrible. So you just want to have some substance to it. So this is it. And what I would like to do before we say anything. And Mamie does not know this, but we want to, tomorrow's a special day for Mamie. Tomorrow, it was 3 years ago tomorrow that the Lord took her husband to heaven. So I wanted to do something light for her today. And we want to just say, this sounds silly, but we're going to dedicate this to Brother Roberts because he would like homemade potato salad. And he would like that it was done in his home by his wife. And so it's a special time. So, how do you feel about that? Is that okay, Mamie?
Thank you.
And to all the Roberts children, it's a blessing that we can do this, and it's a blessing that your mom is here and that she participates and does it with such grace and love. Okay?
Okay.
All right, folks, thank you, and God bless
for
you. And
watching.
and-
Subscribe. It helps us.
Right, and there we go. So we're going to have a little bit, then I'm going to put it away, and I'm going to make ribs for dinner tonight. So this will be dinner. Okay.